Beer30 is when you walk into a bar or a VFW, and in that 30 seconds, you can already tell.
That guy right there is drunk, that guy's an idiot, and that guy down there knows it all.
There are programs out there beyond the VA.
Many non-profit organizations. The Beer30 Show.
It's the Beer30 Show. Made by veterans.
For veterans.
Again, on a splendid week with family, with friends. I know that you and Claudia had a really good time Saturday night.
Yeah, we had a great time Saturday night.
This will be like your first or second month in Texas now?
That's a good question. I got here the 23rd of December of last year, so we've been here in Texas for more than the second or third month.
Yeah, TBI, every day is a Groundhog's Day for some reason. Well, hey, everybody, the reason why I was asking Jerem how he was doing and how his move is going in Texas is because we have a special guest on air today. His name is Jerry Reed. He is a Marine. Because can't say they're ex-Marines. You know, you gotta say they're a Marine. I don't know why, but they get a little frantic about that. My friend John, he gets a little frantic if I call him ex-Marine. There's no such things of ex-Marines. There's just Marines.
That's correct. That's correct.
I'm like, okay.
I'm very pleased to be here with you this evening, and I have with me one of my dearest friends in the world, Police Chief David Hartley from Hempstead, Texas. And David and I are working with his wife Ann and our team on the Watermelon Run for the Fallen, where we honor our fallen from Texas and from everywhere for all wars. But we have a stake, and on that stake it's got a bio, a KIA date, and a photo of each of our fallen. And we honor them at the Watermelon Run for the Fallen in Hempstead each August, the third week in August. And we've got that coming up, and we expect about 7,000 to 7,500 patriots to be there to honor our fallen. And we want to invite everybody to come out. The website for that event is watermelonrftf.org. And it's a one-of-a-kind event in the nation in terms of its size.
Nice.
It's supported by the DOD. So I want Jeremy to come out. It's just west of Houston, 50 miles in Hempstead.
Ooh, that sounds good, Jeremiah. He's hooking you up. Hey, give me those the date and the address one more time again, Jerry, so that I can put this on our Facebook page and tweet it out as well.
Absolutely, Joel. It's going to be 15 August. That's Saturday, 15 August.
Okay.
Hempstead, Texas.
Hey, Jerry, I just went to the website you just described, and I'll tell you what, man, you guys got a post on there for a countdown. That's fantastic.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. But what it's about, it's an event of honor and remembrance. There will be no one there pushing any products at you, asking you to contribute to anything.
Right.
We're there to honor our fallen, strictly to honor and remember and make sure they're not forgotten.
Yeah, and I wanted to bring that up too, Jeremy. So I met Jerry and them through Operation TBI Freedom. Jerry helped me when my furnace went out, and my mother, either she had already died or she was dying, and all the medical bills and everything, me and my dad was paying for it. Cancer is not cheap, even if the insurance did play, some of it.
Right.
So they got a hold of Jerry, and Jerry's like, okay, yeah, we can help you out. And I'm like, okay, cool. I thought it was awesome. I also told him, I'm like, well, I'd like to do an event for you guys just to, show my gratitude. And he's like, well, we got this golf event. If you can find your way down there, you're more than
That shouldn't
welcome
be
to.
difficult for you, Joel. You got plenty of clubs, buddy.
Right, yeah. So I flew there and I asked Jerry, I'm like, since I'm here, do you have a shirt so that I can wear? Because this is your organization. This is your project. And
Right.
he's like, nope. He's like, and he sounded exactly like Nico.
I don't
Jeremiah.
know about anybody that sounds exactly like that individual.
Hey, Jerry will not spend money on marketing and put a shirt on a soldier's back so that they look like a walking billboard. They don't care about the money. They literally care about the soldiers that are coming back. And that's one thing that I love about Jerry and his wife. They're just the sweetest people.
Well,
You
let me
love-
tell you, people, we love all our warriors. We can't do enough for them. They do so much for us. And I want my good friend Chief David Hartley to be recognized for all the work he does for our organization. He's a volunteer for us, and he sees what we do and how we do it, and then he becomes a person who's public. How Operation Military Embrace really reaches out to help our warriors and their families. But I tell you, I want everyone to come to the Watermelon Run for the Fallen.
Right, so that's what I was going to say. So the Watermelon Run, it's August 15th. It's a Saturday. I'm assuming that's Texas, and where it. I'm sure you don't have an address on hand. We can Google that, but what area is it?
Yeah, it'll be 600 Donahoe Street. That's Donoho in Hempstead, Texas. 77445.
Donahoe Street. And
Well,
Jeremiah, what was the city of Texas again?
It's
It's
Hempstead.
Hempstead. Okay.
Yeah, and the zip is 77445.
All right. I'm sure when I Google it, I'll be able to put it on. So for that event, tell us a little bit about it. Tell us how much is it to register? What are you registering to do exactly?
Well, the only cost is if you want to participate in the 5K, that's a $30 registration fee, and you get a wristband and you get a T-shirt and that sort of thing. But that's the only cost. Everything else is free. There'll be free refreshments, free watermelon. Hempstead is the heart of watermelon country. It's the watermelon capital of Texas. The best watermelon in the world is raised in Hempstead. There'll be a free air show.
Nice.
There will be an former Army Golden Knight jumping in with a 5,000 square foot flag coming into the football stadium.
Wow.
Freedom Flight will put on a precision formation air show. We hope to have both Navy and Army aviation involved. Of course, sequester has some impact on that. But the real crux of the event is at the conclusion of the 5K at the memorial in downtown Hempstead. It is the roll call, where we call the names of all of our fallen, and we take the time to repeat their names each year to make sure that they are not forgotten and that they are remembered. So many of your brothers who fell in combat,
Right.
their names will be called at our event.
Hoorah. That's fantastic, Jerry.
That's right. Hoorah. So this is the largest such event in the United States. And it is just, as I said, it's about honor and remembrance. I'm
And
not raising money.
and if you said it and I just didn't catch it, which that's not hard to believe, you know me. Is it called the Watermelon Crawl then?
No, it's called the Watermelon Run for the Fallen.
Okay. Okay. And do you have a lot of troops flying in for the day? I mean,
We will have people coming from all over the United States and foreign countries to participate and to honor and remember these war heroes. The DOD supports it strongly. We'll have participation by the Army, Army Reserve, Texas Army National Guard, United States Navy, United States Marine Corps, United States Marine Corps Reserve. There'll be static displays of all kinds of military equipment, including an amphibious assault vehicle, a 26-ton amphibious assault vehicle, a brand new one from the Galveston, Texas platoon of
nice.
the amphibious tractors. So it's a family event. This is for little children as well as adults, teenagers. It's for everyone.
Right. So since it's a family event, that doesn't mean, bring in a 6-pack and pop it open while you watch your loved ones and stuff. Yeah, totally get it.
It's the type of people who come are stalwart patriots, and they bring their children, and their children get to I'll do a lot of different things. We'll have a rock climbing wall for the kids, and they just love it. But it's mostly, it's all about honoring and remembering. There's no alcohol allowed. It's all we have is just water, snow cones, common refreshments like that. No alcohol.
Right.
It's strictly an honor event, and it's done the right way, Joel.
That's good.
With respect.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that is good.
Makes sense. You don't want to bring anything that could inebriate somebody to a show when you're going to be running on the street for a while, man.
Well, that's right. I want to also mention that we have our Christmas Free PX coming up in December.
Yeah, I saw that actually. I saw that and I posted on our Facebook. I saw that and I was like, I know him. And then I hadn't been able to get a hold of Blaine Scott in a while because what happened, Jerry, I don't know if you knew this, but when I came back from Russia, they verified my Facebook account. Well, when they verify a Facebook account, that means that they're notifying that you're in the public eye. So without my consent, what they did is they converted all of my Facebook, everything, friends, you name it, lost all my pictures, and the next thing I know, I had to start over. So everybody that was my friend, like, I just asked Blaine Scott like 2 or 3 days ago, hey, this is the story, hope everything's well, add me as a friend. Yeah, Facebook has really screwed me up. But, where was I going with this, Jerem?
I think you were headed towards describing how there's been some issues with disturbance with you're trying to post items with social media.
Right, yeah.
Aside from that,
I've been trying my best. I met Blaine and I met a lot of good warriors, and because I got locked out of my Facebook account, I have no access to it. I can't write everybody, hey, this happened, because I'm kind of a slave to Facebook. But I don't want to say I'm such a slave, Jerry. I'd like to say that the people around me doesn't help me be a slave to technology, because,
Hey, Joel, there's another option, brother. You got the famous MySpace.
No, we're not doing that. And you know what? We're sitting here babbling and stuff. Jerry, I know you, but how about you tell the listeners just a little bit about yourself and why you're doing this?
I'm a Vietnam veteran, and I remember well the hostility and the disrespect that was visited on us when we came back from Vietnam after serving with honor and distinction in a very tough war that was not supported by the American people. And so we want to make sure that you, Joel, and other warriors, Jeremy, and all the warriors coming back from Afghanistan, Iraq, or any theater of operation are not treated as we were, and we want to make sure you're treated with respect and that when you need help, that we'll be there to help you. We will not let you fall between the cracks. We'll do what we can within reason and within financial, our ability, using the financial resources we have to make sure that we help as many warriors as possible. So we have our financial assistance program, which you participated in, Joel. We have our events and outings program, which is to help our warriors heal and help the families heal. We also sponsor, as I was discussing earlier, the nation's only free PX at the San Antonio Military Medical Center for about 1,000 warriors plus another 2,500 family members each year. So we're reaching, at that one event, around 3,000 to 4,000 warriors and their family members. And we also have our hands-on support by our regular visits going to the San Antonio Military Medical Center, where we reach out to our warriors and their families and provide them all the love we can give them and the support they need. And we'll be there for them.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I'm sure I've never seen a free PX like the one that I saw on video. At least we never got one of those in Germany. We never got one of those in Germany, and we never got one of those in Fort Stewart, Georgia, or here at Fort Carson.
Well, we're happy to provide that. We also send care packages to our deployed troops who are in harm's way. So we'll be sending out over 2,000 packages this year. And then, of course, we have our motivational events, such as hunting trips, dinners, and fishing trips and things like that, dinners and outings for the families of our injured warriors. So we've got a pretty diverse series of programs, Joel, which you know because you participated with us.
Right. And
the one thing we always need is funding. Now, we're a little unique in that regard because 97 cents of every dollar gets directly to our warriors and their families to provide assistance.
Right.
97 cents goes directly to you guys who need help when you need it. So I mean, we have got administrative overhead like anyone.
Right.
And we've got to have audits, and they're very expensive. Otherwise, we'd be pushing out 100%.
Right.
So those are the kinds of things we do, and we're part of the CFC, Combined Federal Campaign. Our CFC number is 29629. So if we got any warriors out there that want to donate to an organization that is supporting their brothers and sisters, we'd love to have their support.
Yeah, and see, when I was a soldier, I wish I knew that there was programs out there like this, because we used to crack up laughing that they had a foundation for saving, I think it was saving tiger sharks.
Yep.
Saving, it was a unicorn club. We're in search of a unicorn, and if you donate those proceeds, we're investigating. I mean, there were some real dumb ones, but there wasn't very many military ones back then. Now there's a bunch.
Yeah, and if you look at our website, Joel, you'll see a secondary logo on our website that has a first sergeant being carried by two E3s, and that was based on a photo taken by an AP embedded photographer named Lucian Reed at the Battle of Fallujah, and that was at Hell House.
Okay.
And that's where a young friend of mine was killed at Hell House. He was shot going in trying to save some of his fellow Marines. And First Sergeant Castle went in there and secured the facility for his wounded Marines that were scattered in that building. And those are two Marines carrying him out. So that kind of tells you what we do as an organization. We embrace our warriors, and that's what that secondary logo is about. It's about how we embrace those who are injured or ill or whatever their situation is. We will embrace them and love them, just as you see in that photo as two Marines are carrying out First Sergeant, because that's what they're doing. They're showing commitment to and support for the First Sergeant who went in he got all shot up for saving those young men in Hell House. 13 November 2004.
That tells you right there, no matter what, our brothers and sisters in arms will take care of each other with strong camaraderie at every single second of the day.
Yeah, for
Absolute,
sure.
every soldier, and Marine, sailor, and airman is dedicated to taking care of their fellow warriors.
Absolutely.
Wow. You know, I had another question that I was going to ask, but once again, Jeremiah, I should have wrote the stupid thing down, because sometimes when me and Jeremy do these shows, Jerry, sometimes our mind kind of like wanders past the subject that we was talking about, and I guess that's one of the details that's so great about, being a TBI. That, and you go to you can watch that movie 15 times, and every 50 times it's your first movie. Jerem has that issue.
You know what? My wife loves that, Joel.
Right?
When we go to watch a movie again, she's like, "You've seen this 20 times." I'm like, "I still have to see it again because I don't remember it all completely."
Hey,
Yeah.
Joel, do you remember the warrior that roomed with you in Fredericksburg, Texas, when we did the golf tournament with the Nimitz Foundation at Boot Ranch?
Yes, I remember him.
David, we saw him at a golf tournament back in April. He's doing well, and he asked about you.
Oh, wow. Yeah, next time you see him, or if you ever see him again, you have my permission. Give him my phone number. The phone number hasn't changed, but it seems like I changed my phone more than I changed my socks.
Hey, Joel, that's a good one, buddy. That's a good one. Well,
But,
what else can we talk about today? We've got an event coming up in October. The Hempstead Police Department, which is a strong supporter of Operation Military Embrace and the Watermelon Run for the Fallen,
Okay.
is conducting a charity golf tournament for Operation Military Embrace at the legendary Oaks Golf Club in Hempstead, Texas, Friday, 23 October.
Okay, Jeremy, hey, you got your pencil and paper. Write down the information so that I can. Do you not have one around you?
That's the.
I don't have one around me, but I have a note on the computer. I can write down all the information.
Yeah, write down this information so that I can really pay attention, because I can't do two things at one time. I want to get the information out. While you was talking to him earlier, I finally got the 15 days, the 15th of August, that whole. I don't know how many times I've asked, but I forgot. It's something Deathman Crawl.
It's Watermelon Run for the Fallen.
Watermelon Run for the Fallen. Okay, yeah.
And then we've got a golf tournament, charity golf tournament, 23 October. And all that's on our website.
Okay.
Under upcoming events.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we'll definitely have to check that out. And if anybody, before I forget, that reminds me, Jerry, I made a banner for you guys for when we did the skydiving, because you sponsored the skydiving, and all those vets, they were supposed to send you thank you notes and stuff like that.
And they did.
And I wanted to make sure that you got that gratitude. The thing I was going to ask you is, do you guys need another banner?
Well, if you got a spare one, we can sure use it.
Okay, all right. I will. When we get onto the other side, Jerry, I'll talk to you, get your information, and I'll donate a banner to you.
All right. Well, let me when we get off the other side, let me just communicate with you by email or something, because we're getting ready to go to dinner.
Okay. Okay, awesome. All right, so we got all that stuff going on. We're running out of time, and you got to go to dinner, so I really appreciate you coming on the show, talking about what Operation Military Embrace does, and is there any classifications to where they would not be able to participate in the organization? Like, do you have to just have like a VA rating, or do you have to be retired, or?
No, it's either, Joel. It's the criteria is this: it's either active duty or retired. And for retired, it's up to 10 years after end of active service. We'll provide assistance. And if a person has a Purple Heart, they're automatically qualified. If they have TBI, they're automatically qualified. If they've got PTSD, they've got to have a rating of 40% or better, or more. Not better. I should say 40% or more is our criteria.
Okay. All right, and if that doesn't sound like the criteria, our listeners, that doesn't sound like the criteria works for you, Jerry's a really good man. I'm sure if you get him offline and talk to him about the situation, he might not be able to help you, but I know he will point you in the right direction. So,
absolutely.
Once again, thank you so much, Jerry, for coming on. And after we get this all linked up, I'll send you the link, and hopefully I get to see you soon, my brother.
All right, you bet, brother. God bless you, Joel, man. We love you, brother.
God bless.
And now, a message from your radio station.
We just like to say that any connection between your mother and us is purely